Welcome. Today we are going to talk about quadrilaterals and triangles. Remember to listen carefully, think of two specific questions or thoughts as you watch, and you can watch it over and over again. We are going to begin by looking at two different sets of lines. This first set of lines, they intersect. That means that they cross over one another at some point. The next set of lines we call parallel lines. And two lines are parallel when they would never ever intersect. So even if we continue these lines forever and ever and ever and ever, whoops, they would never ever cross over one another. And that's called parallel. Right here, you'll see we have a parallelogram. And a parallelogram is a quadrilateral that has pairs of sides that are parallel. So you can see this line is parallel with this line. If we continued these lines forever and ever and ever, they would never cross over each other. They would never intersect. The same goes for these lines. These are parallel with each other. If we continue those lines forever and ever and ever, they would never intersect either. Now, we have four different shapes here, and we're going to try and work together to see if they are parallelograms. Let's first look at this rectangle. The rectangle is a parallelogram because it has two pairs of lines that are parallel. This line is parallel to this line, and this line is parallel to this line. If we continued them forever and ever, they would never intersect. Let's take a look at the hexagon. Is this a parallelogram? Does it have at least a pair, two pairs of lines that are parallel? This line is parallel to this line. And look, this line is parallel to this line, and this line is parallel to this line. So this is also a parallelogram. Down here, we can see that these lines are parallel, these lines are parallel. We have another parallelogram. Now, let's take a look at this triangle. As you can see, we do not have a pair of lines that are parallel. There's no parallel line to this line, there's no parallel line to this line, and there's no parallel line to this line. Now we are going to talk about a rhombus. A rhombus is a parallelogram with four equal sides. So it has a pair of lines, two pairs of lines that are parallel, but the sides are also equal. So these lines are parallel, and these lines are parallel to one another. Just another reminder. And all four of these sides are equal. Let's take a look at this rectangle down here. Is it a rhombus? It is not a rhombus because it does not have four equal sides. Is the rectangle a parallelogram? Yes, it is, because it has two pairs of parallel lines. Can a triangle have parallel sides? Well, let's think about that. If we only have three lines, you can see here, three sides. You can see here that this side does not have a parallel line, this side does not, and this side does not. If I wanted to draw two parallel sides, you can see that I would need more than one more line to make a shape. So there's no way I can make a triangle. So no, a triangle cannot have parallel sides. Here we have three different types of triangles. We have an equilateral triangle, a scalene triangle, and an isosceles triangle. An equilateral triangle has three sides that are equal. All three sides are equal. All of them are equal. A scalene triangle. Whoops, look at that. I have them marked wrong. But we can fix it. An isosceles triangle has two sides that are equal in length. And the third side on that triangle is not equal, so we call that isosceles. And a scalene triangle does not have any equal sides. All three sides are actually different lengths. I hope you enjoyed this lesson about quadrilaterals and triangles. Remember to post 2 specific questions or thoughts on Edmodo, and you can watch it over and over again if you have questions. Great job!